Greetings everyone, Wolf here with another exciting episode of Minecraft 1.14. Last episode we built these bamboo and sugarcane farms, which you see behind me. So, we're going to continue with building more farms. Next up is going to be a kelp farm. So, let's get building. Alrighty, here we are over in the new section to create the kelp farm. Where we're located, of course, is underneath the tree towers and of course the watchtowers here. The actual location is right next to where the underground base entrance goes. So you know where we are, where we're starting. All right, let's get this thing built. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to lay down a base flooring for the design. So I'm going to start here at this corner, where I have the outer part of the circle. I'm going to come out 3 blocks of 1, 2, 3. That torch has to go, and we're going to go 4 times. Oops. Yeah, we're not going to do that. And here's number 4 right here. And then we're going to turn it and do the same thing. So we're going to go 3, like so. Except this time we're going to go 5 on this side. So that's 3. Here's number 4. Here's number 5, and then we're going to turn it again, and this time we're going to go 7 though. So that's 3. There's number 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. Okay, so this is our base unit at this point. Alright, so remember we have 4, 5, and 7 for a total of 16 blocks. And that's where the kelp farm will actually be located on. Alright? Good. Let's get the collection system into place. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is, right now, I'm going to put 3 blocks in a corner like this on both sides. So I can build up the wall sections for the tank that's going to hold it. And then over on this side, I'm going to place 3 blocks here for a wall. And the same thing over on this side. Okay, next we're going to actually start working on getting the collection system in place. Now this is where the wall section is, so we're going to chisel out that block right there. I'm going to take out this one and this one for right now. I'm going to put down the flooring in here. Just like so. And then we're going to use a double chest and a hopper into that chest like so. Alright, so underneath here, what we're going to do is we're going to take out those 3 blocks like so. It's the same setup that I put over in the other 2 farms. So we're going to put a compare out of that hopper, just like so, into this block here. We're going to put a redstone torch on the side of the block right here. We can put this block back into place, and I'm going to place 3 blocks right here. And I'm going to use the brick so it matches everything for right now. And then, of course, we're going to use our 3 dots of redstone dust on top, just like so. Okay. Then over here, remember this is the wall segment, so we're going to have to send the cart backwards, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take out this block here, put that into place there. We're going to take a torch. It doesn't matter what side it goes on. You can probably put it on that one if you really want to. And we're going to stick a block right on top of that one, just like so. And over here in the middle, just for an extra caution, we're going to set up so that this block here will power that. Yes, that's what I want. So I'm going to take out the block that's underneath this middle one here. Sorry, I had to work my brain out there for a second. Don't matter which wall it goes on anything. As long as it powers this block here, because it'll put a power rail right here that'll power. Okay, good. So now all the torches are in place. So let's get our rail system up and running. So we're going to put a powered rail on top of that hopper. Bring our rails up and around into the middle section. See how that's powered now because this block here is powered? Okay. And then we come up and around, back over here. And since it's really such a small system, you really only just need 1 rail. We probably could get away with actually not even using this middle rail, but why not put it in there anyway, because we can. Alright, so actually what I'm going to do to help with the lighting, let's take out that block, this block, and put in some of this glowstone right here. How's that sound? Okay, and we'll actually put that back there, just like so. And that torch can go out for right now. Good. So now the rail system and the collection system is all in place. Good. Let's get the tank walls in place here. All right, let's get over here. And on the block where the hopper is, where we said the wall is going to begin, we're going to start with a brick right there. Next to that, I'm going to put a glass block there so I can see into the tank. And of course, then we're going to have our back wall section right here. All right, so that means I'm going to have a wall system here, just like so. And I'm going to then repeat this process here. Okay, so that's actually wrong. What am I doing? I need to go there and then here. Like so. Just repeat over here. And then the back wall of this tank over to here, where that wall is, and then a glass right there. Okay, so this is what our inside of our tank is going to look like right here. And now we set up the protection area for the base of where the kelp is going to be, so it will not be touched. Which means then the next line that's going to be in the back portion of this wall will be these pistons. So we're going to have to put these pistons so that they face towards the tank and not like that. Okay. All of the blocks in the back portion of the wall, like so. So that's 16 pistons right there. And then we can continue the wall segment going up, like so. Okay. And this would be our next wall segment, just like so. Alrighty, and then we're going to go for a total of three blocks up that's going to be glass. So this is the first layer of glass. And then the rest of everything is going to be, get up here, this brick layer and glass layers. Just like so. Okay, so that's layer 2 for the glass in the front. Oop. You have to be glass. Okay, and then we're going to go with one more layer of glass. So that's 3 layers of glass in the front. Just like so. We need 2 glass there, and then the final layer, which is all going to be stonework for now. Don't want that. Ah! I have to fall at least one episode, right, guys? Yeah, let's get back up top here. And I'm going to need some more of those, I'm sure. Get over there. Try this again. Okay. Good. Now. Alright, so we can get down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our 3 layers of glass in. Just like so. On all 3 sides. And I'm probably going to run out of glass if I have more in my inventory. Come on, please. There we go. No, maybe not. Good. Okay. Alright, so now the initial walls and glass system is in place. So you can see inside our tanks. Alright, now that the initial tanks are actually in place, you can see that we're going to have 2 holes, one on the bottom and one on the top. So to prevent the water from overflowing and taking out the tracks and everything else, we're going to use this iron bar system in front of the walls here over the tracks, just like so. Come all the way over. And over here. Now, you really only need it so it's in front of actually where the water flows. I'm just using it all the way over here so it has like that connected feel to it. Okay, so we got that section, and then we got to do the top section, just like so. Bring it up and around, and then what this will do is this will actually prevent the water from flowing out of the holes that I have here on the bottom and the top, and wash everything out. And of course then the last one goes right there. And if you want for decoration, I'm just gonna, why not, right? In here for now. Get up here. You know what? I don't know if I like the ones on the side here or not. Yeah, I guess I do. Okay, we'll leave the rest for right now. Now, the next thing up is to actually begin getting the water into place. Alright, now to get the water inside the tanks, we actually have to get in the tank. So we just fall down. And what we're going to simply do is we're going to use 2 buckets to create a water source inside the tank. So you have to place down 1 block here, skip 2 blocks, place another water source right here, and then in the middle we have a continuous water source. So now we can continue to put the water flow in. And as you can see, what happens is this all becomes water source blocks all along right here, which is what you need for the kelp anyway. And then a block underneath this glass, just before those iron bars, you can see is flowing water. And that allows that if something falls down here, it gets pushed out underneath the glass and falls down onto the track system to be collected. So if there's any kelp that falls down, it'll be pushed out from this bottom section here. So now all we have to do is continue with building the water source up. Now, on the second layer, we can't do the 3 trick. We actually have to continue building each water source by itself. Okay, and then we keep going up from here. And the same thing we just did a second ago. You have to bounce a little bit. You have your Dramamine. Okay. And we can do it from down here if we really want to. But I'd like to make sure we're going to grab what we need to grab. And then, of course, the last one is right here. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to get out of here. And it's not going to let me. That's fine. What I'll do is I'll put a temporary water block source right there so I can get up. Okay, and then we can take the water source back. Grab me 1 more. Okay, now notice it came back. That shows you that there's an infinite water supply here. As long as you don't take it from the edges, you're good. Alright, so we're going to put a temporary line of blocks right here on the top layer of this glass so that we can build a water source up here like we did on the bottom floor. So we're going to do the same thing. 1 block of water source right here. Skip 2 blocks. Another water source. Create yourself an infinite water supply here in the middle. And we just move on over to the end. All the way over to like this. Let's collect some water in our buckets. And as you can see here, it does the same thing as it brings the water flow over to this system of the iron bars. Alright. Technically, I'll bet you those iron bars could get in the way, so we might have to remove those center ones. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these dirt blocks. You can see how they fall down and fall through the system, just like so. And the one I'm going to want to test is right here. And it is going to get stuck there, so we are going to have to remove those iron bars here in the middle. So much for having decoration. This is why we test things. Oops, let's get it over on that one. And then it falls down. Perfect, just like so. And then what I want to do is make sure that each one of these blocks here where the glass is a water source. It should be a water source, but this just guarantees that we're going to have water sources in each one of these. And I have to do that for the other 2 tanks. Now with the water in place, I've put the kelp inside the tanks already. So what you want to do is when you're placing the kelp, you're going to use your debug screen to check out the age of the kelp. And you're going to want at least 15 or lower on the kelp, so you can make sure that you're going to have enough to grow. Generally what happens though is when the pistons fire, the age of the kelp down here usually has a tendency of changing, so just keep an eye on it. Alright, let's actually get the rest of this redstone into place so we can actually start collecting this stuff. So once again, I'm going to use the polished diorite to use as my redstone. I'm going to place one block each on the back of all of the pistons, just like so, because I'm going to have to place a row of redstone on the back of this, so these pistons will, of course, fire. Now, to detect when a tank grows to a point, I'm going to use one observer block on just one of the stalks. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to place in a observer block right here on top of this water source right there, so the face is down and the red dot is facing upwards. Alright, and then I'm going to leave this block of diorite right here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other two tanks, so let's put one. I have to move that torch actually. So I'm going to put a block there, and then I'm going to put the observer block right here, just like so. And then I'm going to move that torch as well, no big deal. Do the same thing on this side. We're going to, oh, no, actually, I think, no, I'm going to put this one on this side, and then move over here to the edge and place. Good. So now all of them are in place. They're all facing downward. Yep, see? Okay. Then what I'm going to do is on each one of these diorite blocks, I'm going to use a repeater coming out of the block, or on top of it really, just like so. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a staircase going downwards. So I need a block right here. Let's put a block right here. Alright, put a block down there. Actually, just so I can step up. That goes there. Okay. Put a block here. And then I can put a block here, which is fine. Okay. So basically all I'm doing is I'm building a stair system here. So actually what I could do, instead of doing that one, why don't we do this? We'll build up from here, right? Give me that block there. Get rid of that block, and then we put a block here, which is perfect. Good. See how you change as you build? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot of redstone on top of this system here. Put my line coming down. Okay. Now I know that this is 7 blocks. So here's 8, 9, 10, 11, and the repeater gives me a full strength of 15 coming out. So what happens is, as the kelp grows up, when the kelp stalk that's in this corner here grows and hits this 4th block here, it'll indicate that there's a block change, and it'll send out a signal into this dot of redstone from this observer, which will give us a quick single pulse to this repeater. This repeater will then repower for a total of 15 that powers this entire line of redstone, which will push all these pistons out at once. I didn't design this one like I did with the other system as diagonal, but that's why I have the smaller tank system, so I'm not pushing out as many pistons as I am at the same time. So let's do the same thing over here and collect those blocks. Yeah, back up top. Now see, I didn't fall there, I jumped, so can't count that as a fall. Okay, alright, so we're going to come out of here, like so. And we're going to come down here, here, down to here. That's going to go there, right? And then I'm going to go, oh, yeah, let's keep it there like so, okay? That's good. Get back up here, get our line of redstone. It comes out of this block here, goes down and around, that way. Gonna power all those pistons. If I can get up here. You could probably come down this way too, which is another way you can go. So in other words, bring the piston, bring it down, up and around, and this way. So there's different ways you can set this line up as long as it gets set up. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're still within our 15. And then we got the last one to do over there. And we're just going to repeat the same process for building the chain. And look at that. We've already got one that's all the way grown up to 4. Now I have to put a ceiling on here just for looks. But since there's no more water here, the kelp won't grow anyway. So if you don't want to put a ceiling, you don't have to. I did forget that one dot though, right there in the beginning. Alright, so we're going to put that there for now so we don't forget. Come here. We're going to go down 1. We're going to go down 1 again. And then we're going to go down to there. And then we'll do our redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 more is 8. So once again, we're still good to go. Alright, let's get these torches back up here so we don't have anything spawning up here that we shouldn't or don't want. Just for that. Alright, and then what I'm going to want to do is I am going to put a top on this for right now. At least over where the water flow is. This way I don't lose any potential kelp or anything like that. So we're just going to cover it just like so. Make it nice and simple. Okay, yep, over here. That goes over there. And there we go. Alright. So now, the farm is pretty much in place, if I can get down. Is in place. And you can see the kelp is starting to grow, but we need one more thing. We need the minecart hopper to go around the track. And there it goes. So what happens once again is that stalk will grow up. It'll trigger off that observer, which will push out this whole row of pistons on each tank. So that one there, and then that one there for this tank and that tank. Alright. You know what? I think I'll take a quick break and I'll have the system function and then I'll show you we've got kelp growing. And as you can see, the system is working. We now have 12 pieces of kelp out of that 4 chamber right there. Alright guys, this farm is now done and ready to go. And this is part of the forget-me type farms that I like to build. Alright guys, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Y'all take care now. Bye. Kelp time.